Hello, this is old Mr. Kent of MrKent.com, and what you're looking at is the frame that my son found on the first day that he went to work, putting this steel building together for a friend, and it had been being constructed by some company, and then they abandoned the project, and so the owner put a notice on the local Facebook group, and my son took him up on it. And so this is day 5. I'll have a playlist of the first through the 5th day when it's all done. And so anyway, I wanted to get a video of putting the first, because this is the last section to build. This is the roof. I wanted to get a video of putting that first section up, and they worked faster than I could get my drone in the air. But anyway, so there's my son up there, and by the way, that's a very as steel buildings go, it's a very inexpensive building, and that's the thinnest material my son's ever worked with. So he's being careful not to step in the middle of between the stringers there. So, and the fella helping down there, his name is Jeremy. He's my son's son-in-law. He's my granddaughter's husband, and he came to help on this last day because putting the roof up is something I can't do a whole lot to help with. And so anyway, I was able to help a little bit, but not like he's doing. So anyway, if you're wondering about all the water in the on the ground, the night before we had a tornado alert, which we never get around here, but we had one, and sure enough, we had a tornado. As you can see, they've moved quite a ways here, and so this is later in the day. But we had it was literally. I'll put some pictures. This bush in the front yard of my son's house, it got blown down, and then this tow truck was, as you can see in the video, this tow truck was parked in the middle of the lot, and it was blown by the wind clear to the edge of the lot. That's how strong the winds were. And inside our house, it sounded like somebody was throwing stones at the wall. The pictures on the wall were vibrating off, and but that part only lasted for a minute or less. It was a little bit on the scary side. But along with that, we had a tremendous amount of rain. And so where I'm standing down there, when my son drove up, there was no way I could get out of the passenger seat without walking in water. So I had to crawl across to the driver's side and to get out. And anyway, so that's why all the water's there. But I wanted to tell you a story of when I was working at Walmart. If you've been following my channel, you know that I quit working for Microsoft and went to work for Walmart. And one of the interesting things was, when I was working for Microsoft, people would ask me what I did, and I'd say, well, I do tech support for Microsoft. Oh, and they would raise their eyebrows and, like they were amazed or something like that. Anyway, and so that was kind of, that was interesting. And then when I quit working for Microsoft and went to work for Walmart, here he is. I wanted to get a video of them putting up this last section. And so that's the last section of roof. So, people would say, what do you do for a living? And I would say, I work for Walmart. Oh. No amazement, no nothing. In fact, some people even asked me if I was a greeter, because I think this was in 2000, so I was just probably close to 60 years old, I guess. Anyway, so that was an interesting switch. But while I was working at Walmart, sometimes, see, in the last video I pointed out how when my department manager had to go for knee replacement, they made me the manager of the department. And then I also, as time went by, I had, in retail you got to work weekends, and so on the weekend I took the place of management for that little department. And so and he's got it pretty much all done. You see the ridge is covered, and the trim around it. And by the way, they also had all this foam stuff they had to put between the pieces to keep the weather out. But so anyway, the manager would say, we need to get rid of this item this week, or maybe there was the section manager and the department manager. They'd walk with me around. They'd say, need you to get rid of all this stuff here, put it on sale, get rid of it. And so the first time I did what they asked. I didn't cut the price enough, and they weren't too happy with them. And they said, when we say get rid of it, get rid of it. And so I said, okay. So there were weekends when I would be selling something for half price or less. And I remember this one guy, and you put it out in the aisle so people will see it. This one guy, as I was standing at the counter, and by the way, we sold paint, so I had this counter I stood at. But anyway, this guy said, he called his friend. He says, "They are giving things away here at Walmart, Get over here because you don't want to miss out." And but I mean, I made sure that when they came back over the week after the weekend, that the shelves where those things had been were now empty, so they could put something else on the shelf. So and you can see the truck there where I had to get out on the driver's side without stepping in the water. So anyway, that was kind of a fun job. I enjoyed it. I got more stories, but putting things on sale and people being so excited about it, I'll never forget that. And also, you couldn't buy the things you put on sale. That you'd lose your job if you did that. But sometimes there would be tools on sale, and I'd call my son up. He wouldn't buy them for me. He'd come over and buy them for himself. And I can't remember now what the price was on a shop vac, but I think I put it down to $12 to get rid of it or something. And so he came over and he bought that model of shop vac. And there he's just finishing up and putting everything. And by the way, this flight here, after I had flown this flight, within 30 minutes we were backing out of the driveway, and there's the finished product. Within 30 minutes of that flight, we were backing out of the driveway. He was all through, and I'll tell you what, he was glad it was over because it was a big job. And you can imagine him putting that building up pretty much by himself until it came to the roof. That's what it looked like on the first day, and you just saw what it looked like when he was all finished on the 5th day. So I'm amazed. I'm happy with my son. I'm very proud of him. And I want to thank you for watching my videos, and God bless.